Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live. There's also a PayPal, Patreon and crypto link in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the nature of Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel, so please share the show. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now we are joined by Sleeping Warrior, Righteous Force, Paul, 10th Man, Chocolate Saiyan. Is Chocolate Saiyan in there? No, it's Mind Warped, my bad. Quantum Eraser, Flatzoid, Arwin, Anon Moto, and I think that's pretty much it in G+. Very good to have you all.
Yo.
Hey.
I believe Chocolate's moving house today.
Ah, that's probably why.
Yeah, how dare he?
In Discord, so very good to have you all in Discord. Welcome.
Shout out from Discord.
Hey.
Hello. Any signs of Earth curvature?
Not from Normandy, France.
Hang on, let's not ask anybody on this panel. Let's ask people in Discord, see if we can get some conversation out of them. I mean, they are here.
I might have some evidence of that.
Cool.
Oh, what?
Earth curve. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a video from YouTube. I can send.
Just tell us what it details, what it shows. Give us a vague idea what it's about.
It's basically a high altitude balloon shot with a GoPro, but it's not a fisheye lens. It's a 4.35 millimeter lens.
How do you know?
Okay, and what's it showing?
Basically, Earth from high altitude, I think it goes up to about 120 or 115,000 feet.
Does it have any evidence of curvature?
It looks like, yeah, a little bit.
What looks
Still
like?
fish-eyed.
Hold on. What looks like? Just describe it to us. What's the picture? What's it showing?
Well, it's showing kind of like a curved plane a little bit.
So are you saying that perhaps Neil deGrasse Tyson was incorrect when he said that that stuff is flat at 120,000 feet?
Oh, who knows, man? That guy is full of a lot of things.
So
But this is a video that
All
you guys
lenses
can
do
check out
fisheye
if you don't.
effects.
if you post it, can someone bring up a still from it just so we can have a look at what this actually presents as? Someone do that? Anybody? Chuck a link in the Discord server and hopefully I'll talk someone into bringing up at least a still of it. I won't play the video, but can you post it in the Discord server?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I could present it. I guess I could
Okay,
start by
while you're doing that, we'll possibly come back to that at the end. So, any signs of axial rotation?
No, not the Earth-based variety.
Any evidence of the distance to the sun? This is supposed to be directed to non-regulars.
I'm moot.
Any evidence of the distance to the sun? Take that as a no. any evidence of a self-perpetuating molten iron core at the centre of a presupposed spherical Earth?
That's a no from me.
Ah, I love these sweet silences. Any evidence that you can have gas pressure without a container?
Absolutely not.
I think we've got... Is that right, the hand? You want to present something?
Oh, it's righteous force. I guess I got that video you wanted.
Oh yes, if you
Buddy
can make
in
it full
Discord.
screen, that'd be perfect. Just so we can
I'm
see.
just gonna scrub it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry about the internet.
It's okay. Just pause it on any of these stills.
Okay, here you go.
Perfect. This will do. This
There
will
you
do
go.
nicely.
Wondrous Earth curve.
Can you see the live stream? The chap who presented this dead something.
Yeah, if you go to about 2 hours and 9 minutes in there, you can.
Yeah, how come it's not showing a timestamp? 2 hours and 9 minutes?
Oh, it's 3 hours and 1. I mean, it all looks much.
Oh,
It's
you
kind
said
of
3 hours and 1?
No. He said 2 hours and 9 minutes
No,
approximately.
you're fine.
You're
It's
there or
at
thereabouts.
104,000 feet, right? Right. This picture shows 104,954 feet.
Okay, great. Now we've got the image on screen. Do you want to talk us? What are we looking at? What's curving?
Well, the horizon, I guess, is,
Oh,
or the plane is.
the horizon's curving. Oh dear. That's not an actual place, though, is it? Unless I fall victim of the fallacy of reification and arbitrarily assign the position where the sky appears to meet the ground as the leading edge of a sphere, and then say that leading edge of the sphere is bending, which it isn't, it's the horizon.
Well, I noticed
Not
something
sure.
wrong already.
Hold on, 10th man. Sorry, go ahead, Dead.
But yeah, it kind of looks like curved.
What, the not actual location where the sky appears to meet the ground looks like it's curving? And what does that mean?
I'm not sure.
You're going to have to keep pressing push to talk permanently, because you're breaking up. Try again.
Right. So go a little bit further in the video and try to zoom out a bit, because it looks like it's really zoomed in, because the curve really starts to show on the sides of the.
But you appreciate the curve you're showing us is a not actual location. It's not the edge of a sphere. That's just a reification fallacy.
Okay, but I'm not saying it's the edge or anything.
If it's not the
Like,
edge,
it could
it's
be
just
going way past what we can see, right? But from the sides, we can kind of tell that it's
You keep
You ever hear
reasserting
of
your
barrel
position.
distortion?
You keep reasserting your position, but we're looking at a not actual location. This
Yeah, but
position
he's saying
where the
the
sky
sides
appears
are
to meet the
curved. Does he
ground.
understand barrel distortion? Has he ever heard that before?
Yeah, I know lenses have some distortion to them.
All have distortion. There are no perfect lenses. You're always going to get barrel distortion. Always.
Always. Okay, that's fine. I'm not saying you're not.
So we're looking at a distorted image through a lens of a not actual location. Bending, apparently.
And yet it's still curved.
Well, the location is actual. I mean, he sent a balloon up, right? So it's there.
No, that's the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Listen to what Nathan said.
The position where the sky appears to meet the ground is not an actual location. It's an apparent position where the sky appears to meet the ground. Appears, not actual. So a not actual.
Correct.
So a not actual
He's
position.
not talking about the balloon's position.
the not actual position of the horizon.
No, I agree.
By barrel distortion is meaningless.
No, I agree. Yeah, that's correct. I'm not saying that that's an actual.
Okay, but in order for a globehead religious zealot to assert that this means something, they have to use something called the reification fallacy and assert that this position, I'll highlight it with my mouse, is an actual position, the edge of their sphere. A position apparently they say boats go over and such like. The edge that they project onto us when they ask flat earthers, where's our edge? Well, here's your edge, fundy globeheads. You reify a not actual location where the sky appears to meet the ground into the edge of a sphere, the one you believe you live on. The fallacy of reification. And then you're taking that reification fallacy and saying, look, my reified sphere edge bends with barrel distortion. Well, isn't that useful for proving absolutely nothing?
Right. No, I'm not saying that exactly at all. I'm saying that the ground or the plane, not the horizon or the ground itself looks like it's curving. I get it that there could be like distortion from the lens.
There is.
But I think there's more to it than just lens distortion. Especially when you take shots of with the same camera on the ground, it doesn't appear to distort as much. And the same.
Well, let's compare and contrast. Give us those pictures from the ground. Same camera. Let's take a look at them.
Well, it's in the same video actually. If you scrub to the beginning of it, I think around 14 minutes.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Just take a look at it as it's going up. Somewhere around like 200 feet or so. Might show you. Depending on where the takeoff is from, what the topography is. Right? If it's in a field amongst a bunch of other fields, you're probably going to get that distortion sooner.
This video is 3 hours long.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be footage of it taken from the ground off. At least I don't see it.
Yeah, why don't the next time he comes, but hold on a second, relax. The next time you have some type of evidence that you want to present, it's probably a good idea to consolidate, maybe take screenshots of the things that you want to talk about and not just say, hey, here's a 3-hour video. Okay?
I second that.
Maybe I should have done that. But I'm telling you the times where you can scrub to.
Well, that's okay. Maybe you shouldn't have done that. I'm saying the next time. Screenshot them, present your case, concise. Okay?
But we're still at the same stage. So you're saying the ground appears to be bent, but you're saying it doesn't appear to be bent when you're lower, and you've got presumably a decreased field of view to begin with.
That way we can discount the lens distortion.
You can never discount lens distortion.
Well, if we can compare the ones from the ground and the ones that are high altitude.
But they're not the same.
Even the ones.
They're not the same
Even
distances.
the ones. Go ahead, Nathan.
I was just going to say they're not the same distance. They're not comparable because you've got a completely different field of view when you're low. You've got a bigger expanse when you're high. It's not comparable. But the distortion of the lens is always there. That's a fact.
The distortion is there.
View, the greater the distortion is what Flatzoid is saying in chat.
Go on, Flatzoid. Can you pipe up?
No, he's got a storm, but he typed in the greater the field of view, the greater the distortion. So that goes with what you're saying.
Right, exactly.
So you're saying the distortion is a variable and changes based on the altitude.
Almost everything in the picture will change as you move. Like literally everything.
That's interesting.
Well, I could tell you this, based on all the balloon footage I've seen, they all have distortion. This one seems to have more than the one from the Digicam or whatever it's called. It has it on the edges of those as well, but not as much as this. So the lens definitely has an issue with the distortion, but they all will have that barreling effect.
We move on. Everyone happy? Any evidence that you can have gas pressure without a container?
No.
Are you a baller?
Oh, sorry.
I don't think the dude presenting that was a baller. No, he didn't strike me as one. Maybe
Well,
he is.
Anthony said that he wanted ballers to answer the questions, and then you said, is there any evidence of gas pressure without a container? And he piped up.
I see.
No.
Any evidence of the presupposition of an R value, spherical Earth radius? Any scientific evidence of gravity?
No.
Any evidence of a valid hypothesis from any of the fields named now? Astrophysics, astronomy, or cosmology? Any validated hypothesis from any of these three disciplines in the history of their entire life of those disciplines?
Now, any viable scientific hypothesis?
Any viable scientific hypothesis from any of the fields of cosmology, astronomy, or astrophysics in their entire history?
No.
That concludes
This has been
housekeeping.
out there for a couple weeks now. You mean to tell me you can't give me a single viable scientific hypothesis in any of those fields? Really?
They're pseudoscience. They tell you what your world is, they assert the Earth's a sphere in a vacuum, yet they have absolutely no scientific validity to any assertion they make ever.
Even the can't fog a mere masses should be raising a weathered eye to that one.
I gotta drop, guys. I gotta be somewhere. I'll catch you guys later.
All right. Hey,
See you later.
Nathan. Yeah, Nathan, the Anon put a high altitude balloon on Master P. If Righteous wants to pull it up, and you can compare that one to this one.
All right.
I can already sense that I'm going to be moaning in the same way at flat earthers now if this gets presented, but go ahead.
No, I'll just say the same thing, but it's just we're proving that the barreling is everywhere, and some less, some more. That's all.
Okay, no, fair enough.
Do I play it?
Yeah, but just you could scroll through it even.
Can you make it big,
Okay.
please? Thank you.
So look at the edges. They seem to go upwards on the edges. They seem to go up rather than down.
Yeah, the first one was concave, definitely. What's the pedigree information with this? How high is the balloon?
I'll go see if I can find out. Doesn't say.
118,000, I think, or 120,000 feet.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a good demonstration of barrel distortion. When the camera's tipping down, it's concave. When it's tipping up, it's convex.
Yeah. They all do it.
So are we done?
I think so.
Yeah,
I saw
those were
enough.
some good picks right there. They were a lot clearer than the other one.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, 10th Man and Righteous.
Anon.
Welcome.
Is it Anon?
Yeah, he posted it.
Thank you, Anon.
You're welcome.
Well, that's it. That concludes housekeeping. Thank you very much. Have a little prayer. Radius
Go ahead.
Dominus Gravitas Spiritus Sanctus. Go in peace. In R you trust. Peace be upon you.
So is Discord full of ballers and no one stepped up really? Or is Discord lackadaisical today?
No, there's a lot of depression in globeheads. I hear stories all the time about depressed globeheads. It's like an epidemic. And I just want to make it clear what the purpose of the show is. We're here to help. We want you to share your pain.
Yeah, it's free counseling. We're helping them come out of a pseudo lie, and they should be grateful.
I find that first step to mental well-being is recognizing that you can't have gas pressure without a container.
It's a good start.
Very good start. A massive lead weight taken off your shoulders.
Demonstratable too.
Share your pain, fundies. We want to help you. You don't have to be depressed and down and then come back at us with all this mania. You know,
Promise they know it's not a,
Say again?
promise they know it's not a globe, so they're not going to try.
It's got to be painful.
Roger MC, come off mute and share your pain. You little chat troll. I've been seeing you a lot over the past couple years. Chat trolling, little keyboard warring. Why don't you just come off mute for us and speak?
Who are you talking to? Who are you addressing?
Roger MC.
Hey, Roger MC. Can you hear us?
Come out wherever you are.
Well, that's okay. We know he can hear us. So, your religion of a sky vacuum, Roger, isn't real. It violates several laws of nature. You can't have gas pressure without a container, and the sky is alleged to be a containerless vacuum. We want to help you get past your religious belief in a sky vacuum where wizards go. Let us help you. Help us. Help you.
Radar vacuum should also have a container, huh?
Got to have a container to have gas pressure. just don't want to be helped. They'd rather live in depression. And, you know, we're the cure. First step is to share your pain. Share with the group.
You first, Roger MC.
Maybe if I give
We
him a
do
few
have
words.
Stanek in here. He is off mute, by the way.
Maybe if we give him a bit of encouragement. Start by saying, "My name's Roger, and I'm a globaholic."
My name's Roger. I thought you were going to say, my name's Roger, and I have a problem.
I have a problem. I'm a globaholic.
We got a 10-step program. Number
Yeah.
one is a full lobotomy.
No, step 1 is admitting that you're a globaholic. Step 2 is to confess how long it is since you last begged the question. My name's Roger. I'm a globaholic. It's been 1 week since I last begged the question. So, how many hours have you spent trolling the chat rooms underneath Flat Earth videos, Roger? Share your pain. Has any of it resolved any of your mental issues? Has it helped you sleep? Other people who share the same affliction as you, Roger, you can help them too. Let's start with how many hours you've spent trolling Flat Earth videos and how much that's achieved. Can somebody some other people on the panel just give him some words of encouragement? Let him know that we're here for him.
And Danik, maybe try explain entropy to us.
Roger, I've counseled people. It's better to just flat come out rather than roundabout. Just do it all at once, Roger.
This is good. Keep it going. He's very shy.
Come on, Roger. We're here to help.
You can do it, Roger. Come on.
Maybe there's no helping him. Maybe he's going to forever be in his depressed state, trolling Flat Earth videos, feeling like he's achieving something. Help us help you, Roger. Help us help you.
Do it, Roger. Do it.
Well, maybe. Come on, Roger. Help us understand reference frames. You know you want to talk about it. Come on.
No, he won't let go of his ball, Nathan. He loves his ball too much.
We have another one. We can move on from Roger.
Okay.
He doesn't want to talk today.
Maybe
Did
next
Roger
time.
just leave? Roger left.
Oh.
Oh.
We do
Can't
have
help
think
more.
that explain entropy to us. Because he
We
thinks
do.
it doesn't lose energy.
We do have blenderized chicken. Blenderized chicken. Come off mute and share your pain.
Who blenderizes chicken?
If you want to make
Globus.
schnitzels.
So, blenderized chicken. We'd like to help you understand and appreciate that there's no Coriolis effect demonstrated on Earth, despite it being asserted to you through lies and deceit that there is. Earth isn't turning. If there was an Earth turn under an inertial reference frame that bullets travel through, then the planes that you travel on would have drastically reduced air travel when travelling west, and they'd never catch up with the Earth spinning underneath them if they were travelling east. We want to explain this to you because we understand you have an affliction.
And the migrating birds would get lost in different continents.
Yeah, can you imagine? They wouldn't need to fly anymore, would they?
Yeah, where are we? I thought why are we in Madagascar? I thought we were over Peru.
Hover and let wherever they're coming come to them.
Think about those monarch butterflies. They go from all the way up north, all the way down south. And they have to account for the Coriolis effect twice, right? Soon they cross the equator.
But they're powered, Paul. They have power.
But don't they? Why don't they just fly from south to north and back? I mean, isn't it easier just to circumnavigate that way than going back the other way? It's much longer.
This is far too complicated for these. These people are in pain. We need to start simple. So, Blender Eyes Chicken, do you think that what Discovery Channels say about bog water going around the toilet in different directions, depending on which presupposed hemisphere you're in, is an actual demonstration of the not actual deflection that is Coriolis effect? We want to help you understand where you've been lied to by Discovery Channel. Can we help you? Share your pain.
It's amazing. They can text away crazy all the time, but when it comes to talking, they say nothing.
I'm going to start moving people. We've got a full room, so if none of them are going to reply to us, they're going to get kicked to the after show. What else we got? Anybody else in the chat? Trolley Trolls?
Hello, I'm back.
Hey, Owen. So yesterday, we had Brenda asserting a misapprehension that Kosho, who is also on the panel, had expressed previously. The impression that Coriolis, because it's asserted by Discovery Channel, is demonstrated in hurricanes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Kosho, we'd like to help you understand that hurricanes have actual spin directions and therefore are not a demonstration of the not actual deviation detailed in Coriolis effect. We want to help you.
Right. Because if they were that actually, then that means that the entire Earth would be rotating underneath that hurricane axial-wise. And that doesn't make any damn sense.
No.
But Arwen, you don't understand reference frame.
Good morning, guys.
Yeah, Brenda gave that as her last hurrah before I kicked her out yesterday. So, claiming that it would depend on which reference frame. No. Hurricanes are actually rotating with a specific spin direction. So that's definitely not dependent on which reference frame is claimed to be there in a system with two and Earth rotating underneath. They definitely have actual spin directions. It's definitely not travelling in a straight line and just seeming to whip around in a very fast circle with an eye at the middle of it. No, it's actually got a spin direction. That's not Coriolis effect, though. See, Kosho and Brenda both thought, because they were lied to by Discovery Channel, that wind that's moving in a circular motion is a not actual deviation, i.e. Coriolis. These people are mentally hampered, and we're here to help.
Yeah, vortex by entropy.
Deeply, deeply confused.
That was a bit strong, Nathan. That was a bit strong, Nathan. You might want to go with a little lighter touch.
Oh.
But I do wonder, though, shouldn't somebody go after Discovery for something as a raw mistake as this?
No, absolutely not. It's your own stupid fault if you've been deceived by Discovery Channel. Just seeing it on TV isn't a justification for accepting things as being factually accurate. That's ludicrous. But people are that stupid.
But it would be nice if there was a disclaimer underneath saying, yeah, this is not actually how Coriolis works.
You wouldn't need to print it on the television show. You'd print that on the bottom of the television set.
Well, Well,
The disclaimer already comes in the definition when it says it's an apparent deviation. That's the disclaimer right there. You just gotta be slick enough to read it.
You're roboting chocolate.
It's apparent.
You're roboting chocolate. Drop
Yeah.
and come back in.
Your internet's sucking since yesterday, Chocolate. We're getting all strobo chocolate. And now we're getting nothing.
Anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Try it again, chocolate. Radio check, chocolate. Lost 3, lost 1, and you lost 2, over.
Just
radio check. I got it back.
Hey, Chocolate. Just for clarity, the internet can't
Good morning,
suck.
guys.
It's the force of the information on the walls of the fiber optic cable.
You're chopping up too, Nathan. Somebody's got their mic open.
Yeah, John, I'm trying to ask you something.
Go on then, Flatsoid.
I want to ask, what do you know about fission?
Fishing. I love fishing, man. I've fished all my life.
No, man. Fission, like nuclear reactor. Fission.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you said fishing.
I meant nuclear fission.
Well, I'm not a nuclear physicist, but I did sleep in a Holiday Inn Express last night.
An old Roy Chubby Brown joke. I'm no gynecologist, but I'll have a bloody good look at it for her.
What I'm pushing at is, would you say nuclear fission is actually manipulating atoms?
I'm not a nuclear physicist. I'm the wrong person to ask.
Okay, just need to find out.
Do you have any personal opinions about it?
Yeah, I would say it proves atoms. I mean, it's actually stripping the atoms apart, which creates the energy.
But
it can be manipulated.
When was it actually proven that that's a real thing?
Chernobyl.
Really? How?
Uranium-235. It's very unstable. They use fission to, how can I say, split the atoms. Once they're split, that creates a steam, and that steam is what powers the turbines.
No.
Yeah.
No, the steam is created by boiling water.
The boron is there to stabilize the atoms.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm pretty sure that nuclear reactors work in a way that they heat up water and then use it as a basic...
Yes, used by fission.
Right, so...
Which is splitting atoms.
Yeah, but they call it fission. I call it uranium. All that radioactive material just radiates heat somehow. That's really how I see it. Because that fission process, would have major consequences. It's claimed to have major consequences, yet there's been people on video just eating it. Shit. So, I don't know if nuclear fission is real.
Without being rude, what's the point of your question, Flatsoid?
I was saying, if you can manipulate atoms, would it be able to be scientifically proven?
For what?
What do you mean if you can manipulate atoms?
Because there's a lot of, how can I say, ballers always come up and say, we always want scientific evidence for gravity, something you can't see. How can we prove there's such thing as atoms? You understand?
Wrong. Atoms is a what is question. The other one is not.
Yeah,
so
what change? What is the phenomena you're trying to prove?
He's confused. Like I said, he's conflated a what is question with how, why, cause and effect question.
Yeah, but my whole premise is, if you can manipulate atoms, that's actual proof of atoms, because you can manipulate.
We got proof of atoms. It's called the periodic table. I don't know what else to tell you.
Chemistry.
Chemistry, right?
I mean, physics is actual.
Simple. A fundamental particle, whatever fundamental piece of matter, has similar properties until you do something else with it, and then it changes, and so does its properties. That's kind of already an indicator.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to ask. I was just curious.
Fair enough. Just a quick shout out to Dank. Thank you very much indeed for the super chat, Dank. He says, cough, cough, join us on Patreon. Wow, you've paid to shout out my Patreon, Dank. Wow, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, there is a link below to my Patreon if you want to become a patron. Thank you very much indeed for your support, Dank. Really appreciate it.
We got a couple new names on here I haven't recognized before. Migo or Mego? Are you a flat earther or a baltard?
If it's a Nico I talked with today, I think he's a Boltar.
Don't be scared,
Come
Nico.
off mute and share your pain. Nathan,
here for you.
Migo?
Scare him off.
Not scaring him off. I'm using a light tone.
Yeah, you always scare everyone off, John.
Got too much bass in your voice.
Yeah.
Well, your sister's still here. I haven't scared her off. Migo, please come off mute and share your pain. I'll take that as a no. Let's see. Rams Corp. Is Rams Corp a baltard or a flat earther?
Hopefully he'll come off mute and share his pain if he is a baller.
No, I'm
Radio
not a baller.
check, radio check.
Not a baller. Probably not in any pain then, right?
I think they're in a
No.
lot of pain because we found their website and we tore it apart right away.
Hold on a second. 10th Rams Corp has come off mute.
Oh, nice.
He's not a baller.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, not a baller. But
Good to hear
Zanuck
you.
seems
Thanks
to
for
be
joining.
active in the chat. Doesn't want to speak though.
Who is that?
Zanuck's talking in the chat.
Yeah, you can
Zanuck?
come explain entropy.
Is Zanuck talking or the physics forums?
Probably the physics forum.
Hey, Zanuck, did you see the teardown of that baller site? You been there before?
Please come on, Zanuck. Please talk.
You know,
I'm not interested.
if no baller's gonna come in, I was just
Hang on,
thinking-
I'm not done. I'm not done teasing Zanuck yet, Arwen, please. Hey, Zanuck, you're in Discord because you feel some power with your arguments and you could persuade. Why don't you come off mute and persuade us?
Right.
All right, Arwen, you got it. He's a chicken.
You do.
Okay.
I was just thinking,
I'm
look,
here.
the whole bending of space-time is
Oh,
supposed
he's come off
Dude.
mute.
Yeah, shut up,
Sorry, Arwen.
Danik. Too late. Now it's my turn, yeah?
Yep. There we go.
Shut up.
Reference
That's my-
frames. Coriolis.
Right.
Oh, you asked me
so-
to come on. Now you don't want to talk. Obviously, the standard mode of operation.
Go ahead, Zanuck. Tell us all about reference frames.
We can start with you can't leave a reference frame. Objects don't leave reference frames. Coriolis is caused
Okay.
by.
Let's start there. You can't leave reference frames. So if I'm in one of those giant shopping malls and I'm looking at a Foucault pendulum, according to the Ball Earth rhetoric, I am standing on the non-inertial spinning reference frame. If I get on the pendulum, I'm then on or in the inertial reference frame, and I have absolutely traversed reference frames.
First of all, let's get the terminology correct. You're not standing on a reference frame. You're in a reference frame.
Yeah, I did correct myself and
Number
say
one.
in. I
Number
did correct
one.
that. Sorry,
Number two.
that'd be a appeal to format fallacy now, wouldn't it? Even after I corrected myself and said in. he decides to pick on that particular aspect. I'll say it again. If I get off a non-inertial spinning reference frame and get on a pendulum, I would traverse reference frames. You're wrong.
You can be in one reference frame and also be in another, but you can still be simultaneously in both. You don't leave reference frames. You want to also would you like to also be in the inertial reference frame? You can do that. You can be in another reference frame. You can be in infinite reference frame.
How can you be
Bullshit, Zedek.
You're
retarded, dude.
Well, that's the question, and I'd like to answer it if you let me.
It's not a question.
We just heard your dumbass answer.
It's an incorrect
Nathan
statement.
Just fumbled it.
Yeah, it's not a question. It's a statement that you made that we unpicked and demonstrated to be incorrect. And correct me if I'm wrong, I'd already demonstrated this to you. Remember? Miley Cyrus?
You weren't very clear, and you were very confused in that example and analogy. Yes, you were.
Sorry, confused. I'll say it a third time. I'm standing on what's claimed to be a spinning reference frame. In fact, I'm going to stick a roundabout underneath a pendulum. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. In my example, I've got a roundabout spinning underneath a pendulum. The pendulum swinging back and forth and the roundabout spinning around and around and around. And when I get to the point that the pendulum's in front of the roundabout, I'm going to jump off the roundabout and onto the pendulum. Now, you're saying you can't move reference frames. That's precisely what I've done in the example.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I got off a spinning roundabout and got on a pendulum.
If I have a camera on that, mirror.
Oh, if you've got a camera, so what? You're going to fix an observer to one of the reference frames and say that the camera's not moving? You stupid dick. Well, that would be a camera now, wouldn't it? You said you can't move reference frames. Yes, you can.
I can't stand this. It's hilarious. Oh my God! You got to be kidding me, Nathan. You jump from the merry-go-round. You jump onto the pendulum. You've just jumped onto the pendulum. Great. You're still in. You can still be in that reference frame, the original reference frame.
Oh really? I'm still.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I'm still in the reference frame of the spinning roundabout when I'm swinging back and forth on the pendulum. Am I? I'm still in a spinning reference frame on a swinging pendulum. That's nonsense.
You are. And now, listen. Let me finish. Now, from the merry-go-round, you look like you're spinning around the merry-go-round. That's what it looks like from the merry-go-round, which is the non-inertial reference.
Sorry, not from the merry-go-round. I've moved from the merry-go-round to the pendulum, and you've decided that we're going to fix a camera. And the camera's not going to move, and it's going to look like X, Y, and Z from the roundabout. No, I physically got off the roundabout, and the only thing looking at stuff is my eyeballs. There's no camera in this example. But you need to fix one to the roundabout to make your example make sense.
Your reference frame has not changed.
Yeah, it did. It changed when I got off a spinning roundabout and got on a swinging pendulum. It absolutely, without question, changed!
You have changed states.
Yeah, I've changed reference frames. One was spinning, now one's swinging. I've changed, I've moved. You're wrong.
Wow.
Is this a description of pseudo-Zen?
Why you can't learn anything? You keep on talking. Those that keep on talking will never learn.
And you will continue to talk with your incorrect assertion that it's not possible to change reference frames in the face of examples with roundabouts underneath pendulums where I climb off one and onto the other.
I will leave in 10 seconds unless you give me 10 seconds to explain something.
You'll leave now.
Leave and go to your institution.
You'll leave now. Don't give me demands on how long you'll leave to give your shit example that's wrong. I'll just clarify for the 6th time. You can absolutely traverse reference frames. The example of getting off a spinning roundabout onto a swinging pendulum is absolutely me traversing reference frames. He's wrong, stupid, idiotic, and doesn't understand reference frames.
Before he goes, can we ask him about entropy as well?
No, he's gone.
Because he claims entropy, you don't lose energy.
It's the dispersion of energy. You don't lose energy in that process. It's the dispersion of entropy.
Yeah,
dispersion of energy.
Say again.
Transformed. Energy is transformed. It's
dispersion of energy. You made that same mistake again.
Did I say dispersion of entropy?
He's an expert in entropy.
Did I say dispersion of entropy?
You said dispersion of entropy. That's all right.
Damn, second time I've done that. It's the dispersion of the energy. That's what entropy is.
You can also have the dispersion. You can go from classical thermodynamics to molecular thermodynamics, where there is no energy change, as in the case with gases expanding into a vacuum.
That's described as microstates, though, correct?
It's molecular thermodynamics. This microstates and macrostates is just background noise.
Is that right? Can you clarify that? Because that was confusing to me, and you're saying it's now background noise.
It's just background noise because there is no change in energy, right? When a gas expands into a vacuum.
Correct. The total amount of energy remains the same.
So there's heat dispersal. It's the same thing. It's a flip side of the coin. When you're talking classical thermodynamics, you're talking about the concentration of heat or heat dispersion, one from an area of concentrated or high temperature to low temperature. And then you got molecular thermodynamics, where you got high concentration to low concentration without a change in energy.
Pressure dynamics versus heat dynamics. All right.
The macro states and the micro states, it's just talking about the macro state is just the whole system and the availability of that to different micro states of the gases. That's all. It's background noise.
Well, after that session with Zanuck, I don't know how any baller would listen to Zanuck anymore. He's certifiably crazy.
Why not? He's creating his own virtual conceptual realm. The pseudo Zanickian Coriolis space, where suddenly reference frame can all be detached from one another, and suddenly everything goes. Like multiple reference frames at the same time.
Don't forget, you could have infinite reference frames with Zanuck.
Exactly. So it is pseudo Zanickian.
Yeah.
Coriolis.
Yeah, you just throw them all over the place. It's crazy.
Well, that's the point. If anyone's thinking, they're going to realize he's making stuff up out of nowhere and can't validate it and is embarrassing himself.
Yeah, because he thinks that if you keep looking at it, it hasn't changed the reference frame. So if you throw a ball from a merry-go-round, but you're still on the merry-go-round, the ball seems to be curving. It's still in the non-inertial reference frame according to Zanuck, because you're still looking at it, even though it's still deviating at the same time.
Yeah, he introduced a camera that he fixed to the roundabout. That's how he got around that little crap. He just thought I wouldn't catch it. Anyway, shout out to Dank, who says Migo wants off mute. Yeah, I've just taken him off mute a few seconds ago, Dank, so we will hopefully hear from Migo in a few seconds. Got about maybe 5 or 6 minutes left on this live show. Stay tuned if you're watching on Nathan Oakley 1980.
Yeah. What Zanuck was effectively trying to do is just as useful as trying to find some empirical proof by going over the conceptual medium bending of time and space that is claimed to be gravity, and then working on that conceptual space in order to find that empirical data. It's about as effective.
Just
Someone let you on, please, Migo. You can talk now. You're on. Go ahead.
All right. Hello. Can anyone hear me?
You have a claim?
We can hear you.
All right, good. So, about the atmospheric pressure and the pressure, the pressure next to the vacuum without a container. I think you guys have it really wrong, because the atmosphere, it stays on the Earth due to atmospheric pressures caused by weight, gravity. It's not the same as gas pressure. It's just not.
So what's gravity?
New.
Hold on. What's gravity?
No, I really don't care about what gravity is.
Just
right
used
now,
it to
it's
prove your
not
claim,
gas
Migo.
pressure.
Sorry, Migo.
If
You've
you're gonna
just
use
used it to claim that that's what's holding gas pressure on, and now you don't care to define what you mean when you claim gravity holds the gas on.
It's because I know exactly where you're going with that. You want me
I
to
don't
prove gravity
care
next.
what you divine I will come up with as a response to something you haven't said yet. Just tell us what it is. What's gravity, the thing you're using to make this claim?
That is not relevant right now.
Then your claim is immediately deemed bunk.
Hey, moron! You said the word. Define it. The hell's wrong with you?
It's the foundation of your argument. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is relevant, buddy.
I'm explaining that it's atmospheric pressure. It's not related to gas pressure. That's why we don't need a
So the
container.
atmosphere is not gas.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. What is the atmosphere made out of?
Let me put it so in an experiment so you can understand. Take a bottle of water, poke holes in it. The hole at the bottom of the water bottle, the water will come out of it faster than the water at the top of the bottle. That's because there's pressure. There's weight of the water pushing it down and causing pressure.
That's
near
not
the
what we're
bottom of
talking about. Answer the question. You
Sorry.
said that there was a difference between atmospheric pressure and gas pressure. What's the difference?
Gas pressure needs a container. It's the gas molecules wanting to move away from each other. Atmospheric pressure is caused by the weight of the atmosphere.
No, I didn't say
pushing
the
down.
cause of them. I said give the difference between atmospheric pressure, atmo meaning air, meaning gas, and gas pressure.
I'm telling you, it's different. It's completely. They're two
It's
different
different.
things.
Don't tell us it's different. Tell us what that difference is.
Is it different or is
The
it the
difference
same?
is that one is caused by gravity and the other is caused by molecules wanting to separate from each other.
Fine. So one has gravity as part of the description. We'd need to know what that is then, wouldn't we?
Okay. Let's talk about gravity then. All right, you win. Weight of the atmosphere is caused by the gravity of the Earth attracting the gas to the surface.
Sorry, that's a repetition of your claim. I don't need you to repeat it. I need you to define what gravity is. It's part of your claim that you've now repeated. We're not deaf. We need you to expand on what gravity is by defining it.
Okay, gravity is... Well, there are two views of gravity. You have Newtonian gravity, you have Einstein gravity.
No, that's wrong. One has been superseded. So no.
Views. It doesn't matter what the view is. It matters what it is in order for you to use it in your argument. Not what people's opinions are.
Because gravity is okay. Gravity, it pushes things, it pulls things.
No, it doesn't.
Mass attracts
No, it doesn't.
mass.
No, it does not. No, it doesn't. You are wrong. No. Excuse me. Don't keep babbling. No, it doesn't push or pull anything. It's not a force. That's wrong. You want to try again? Why are you laughing each time I pummel your complete horseshit religious assertion? Gravity is not pushing or pulling anything as you incorrectly declare. Now, I don't expect a chuckle from a fundy zealot. I expect you to actually define what pulls gas to the Earth and how it does it.
Because the simple principle that mass attracts mass.
No, it doesn't. Are you deaf? Are you deaf?
It pulls
Are you deaf? No, it does not. Are you deaf?
It does do that.
Why are you laughing, you stupid moron? You are incorrect. That is not what... Stop talking, you stupid idiot. Don't laugh. Don't talk. Close your mouth, open your ears, and listen to your incorrect assertion being corrected. No, that is not what gravity... Excuse me.
Mass attracts
What
mass.
part of shut up
That is a fact.
don't you understand?
Are you chanting mass attracts mass?
Yes, he is. He's
What's wrong with
chanting.
you?
He is literally chanting his religious zealotry over the top of me. Stop chanting your fundy zealotry and listen to what I'm saying. You are wrong. Your claim that this... Sorry, mate. Why are you struggling to be pointed in the right direction? I appreciate this is painful for you. But you can be damn sure before this live show ends, and I ask my audience on Nathan Oakley 1980 to stay tuned, you will be told where you are wrong, because you are. You have asserted that gravity is a push or pull that holds gas. That's wrong. It is not a force.
Okay, are you done? I guess you are. Alright, so
I see what the problem is. It's not a force, but he's thinking of it as a force.
I think you're right, Chocolate.
Okay, you guys seem to be really nitpicky about these things. So let's just think about it like this: mass attracts mass. There's this.
No, you stupid fucking retard. Mass does not attract mass. That's been superseded. We've already gone over this 3 times, and you are incapable of listening. Your comprehension skills are poor, and you have a religious belief in a force that is not a force. And with that, I'll say again, if you are watching this on the Nathan Oakley 1980 premiering stream, then stay tuned, as there will be an after show to follow. Unfortunately, if you're watching this live on the Nathan Oakley channel, this is where we bid you farewell. A huge, massive, enormous thank you to Dank for smashing the super chat, and a thank you to everyone else for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, and all that good stuff. Be sure to check out nathanoakley.com and the Flat Earth Debate Forum to keep up to date with the community debate. Once again, stay tuned if you're watching on Nathan Oakley 1980. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!